to our live stream here at Oregon Weight and Wellness today, October 18th. I'm here with Rachel Matthews. Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
Yeah, and we're so excited. Rachel and I are so excited today because we have a very special guest. We're going to take a little break from our book today and introduce our very special guest, a dear friend we love dearly. And this is Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. And Rachel and I have known Tony, and Tony has been just very gracious to come and share today some of his journey. So, Tony, tell us a little bit about you and where you've been and where you're going.
Well, when I first started this, I was 550 pounds roughly, and currently I weigh about 340-ish, 330-ish, somewhere in there. I like long walks on the beach and Mexican food. No, I'm just playing. I don't know what you want me to. I mean, I just do the best I can with what I got. I mean,
you've used several tools along the way, Tony. Can you tell us about some of those tools?
Well, I keep a journal. That has really helped me stay focused with making sure I get enough protein and enough water and things like that. That I think is the biggest tool that's helped me, is the accountability aspect of it. It's like black and white. Like, what did I eat today? Well, it says right here I didn't eat much, so I need to eat more, or I didn't drink enough, or whatever. That really has helped me. You guys have helped me tons. Mainly tools that I've used, just the unwillingness to give up. Like, I'm digging myself out,
Yeah, that perseverance. So thank you, Tony. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so that simple tool of keeping a journal, of writing things down, can be very powerful and effective. And I know, Rachel, that you've made that suggestion and helped people kind of overcome that resistance. Sometimes there's a little resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, I think journaling, for some it's easy, and they like to write things down, and it's kind of a norm. But more often than not, it's a struggle. It's not something people like to do. It feels like a burden, or like a rule, like homework, like something like, why should I have to be attached to this thing? And the reality is, when we're changing habits, when we're trying to build new habits, break bad habits, transform our life, we need tools, and we need to know what's happening. Our brain is really good at forgetting what you've done. Like Tony said, I forgot that I didn't drink enough water, or how much protein have I had today, or did I exercise today? I can't remember. We have a lot going on in life, and a journal can really just put it in black and white.
Right.
But the good news is, it doesn't have to be MyFitnessPal. It doesn't have to be a fancy app. It can be a piece of paper, a book. Tony, you've talked to me before about loving to have your journal kind of not just what you're eating and drinking that day, but also some emotions and some feelings and some understanding of the process you're going through, so you can go back and kind of
see your struggle. See your struggle. That is the biggest thing that I enjoy about it. And to your effect, where you say, it feels like homework. It feels like homework some days to me too. And you know what I do? I don't write in it that evening. Or when I go to write in it and I look and I see I got my food and my water intake, but I'm not feeling like emotionally invested, I just skip it and then write it in the morning. Because usually I've learned, with me personally, that I have a lot more to say in the morning than I do in the evening. So if I get to the journaling at the night right before I go to bed and I think, oh, this sucks, why am I doing this? I just close it and go, I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tony can worry about that. So I wake up in the morning and I grab my book and I go, how did I sleep? And I start the day over again. And that little bit of like not having to do it, I'm in control of whether I do it or not, kind of relieves that mental like homework thing for me personally.
Yeah, you're kind of taking the pressure off. You're giving yourself grace. You're deciding, you choose when. And you found out, and in your world that it's better, it's easier, it's more energizing to do this. It's less of a chore if you choose to do that in the morning than in the evening. So yeah, you're giving yourself that grace and space to make those changes, and you're kind of not looking at it as a chore. In the morning, you don't see it as a chore. Yeah,
It's
right.
like it's more like a to-do list, if you will. Like I write the little chart for the P. I put PT for protein, and I put OZ for ounces of water. You know what I mean? So, and I get it all ready for the. I don't know. It's kind of therapeutic, I guess, a little bit at the end of the day. And it wasn't easy for me. Rachel worked with me on very small goals. Write one sentence every day, Tony. Write two sentences every day, Tony. Write how much you're drinking. Add the food in there. Add something else. And before you know it, I'm writing 3 paragraphs, and I got a whole chart and bar graph of what I'm eating and drinking. But it works. It's great. I wouldn't if I go like one day or 2 days, I feel like, man, what am I missing? You know what I mean? Because your body tells you. That's one thing I've learned very much from you guys is listen to your body. Your body tells you a lot of stuff that most of the time we ignore and live our life, opposed to use those tools and cues that it's telling you to live better. And that's what I'm doing currently, and that's what the book helps me reflect that a lot.
Yeah, it's like a mirror. The book kind of is like a mirror.
A word mirror. Yes, 100%.
Right. And you said something too that really captured the essence of it. Okay. I thought of word mirror, and then the rest of it went out my brain because we forget.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why you write stuff down.
Write it down. That's right.
I mean, just a little something. Can I just tell you guys a few things I'm proud of currently?
Of course.
I bought a Halloween. My cousin's getting married. Side note on Halloween, you have to wear a costume. Normally, I would be extremely frightened of this idea. I've never been able to purchase a Halloween costume off a shelf in my whole life. I did that this year, a week ago. I ordered something. It came in the mail. I put it on. It fit. I couldn't even believe it. It was a miracle. And I'm just proud of that. Like that's one thing that I'm like, yeah, you did that. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So just a little insight into me. I also just got home from the gym, an actual gym where there's like strong people and like it's a gym, like a real one. Like I'm not going to like a doctor's office gym anymore. It's like a real one. And I walk for 30 minutes, and then I do the weight training for an hour, and then I walk for 30 minutes. Before you know it, I'm in there 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I don't hate it. It's crazy. It's a miracle. And I am just am so blessed and thankful for everything. And so it's my pleasure to be here. I want you to know that.
Oh, I want to point out something you said, Tony, that is so great that you showed it in your face and your arms and everything, is the celebration. And I know you and I talked about that a ton. Giving yourself the reward, the celebration of the wins, right? Because again, when you're starting with habits, small, tiny habits put into place over time builds big results. So with your journal, we built small, we started tiny, easy, like write one word, draw a picture, that's all. And then you built on it. And with your exercise, and with specifically when you were talking about the costume, you bought it, you put it on, it fit, and you were like, yes, you gave yourself a fist pump, you said out loud. And what that's doing is communicating to your brain the positivity of what you're doing, right? Which is reinforcing the entire journey you're on. And we had talked about that with the little habits, all the habits we were building. And so I want to just make sure that I point that out, because for anyone trying to make changes, to build habits, when you do something, even if it's super tiny, like you open up your journal and you write one word, give yourself that reward of, I did it. or right on, or yes, or good job, or I'm proud of myself. And that
100%.
it communicates. Yeah. And I can see it all over your face too, which
100%.
usually sent all that dopamine and all those exciting, wonderful hormones to your brain. Like, this is good stuff, what he's doing. And it's reinforcing.
Well, and I don't remember who said it to one of you wonderful ladies or somebody around there or someone in my other offices said you you can't make 100 right steps and not end up in the right destination. If you walk, if you keep walking north, you're eventually going to hit Portland, right? I mean, at some point, might not
Right.
be today, might not be tomorrow, but eventually you're going to hit Portland, right? So if you continue to take all the right steps, no matter how small they are,
Mhm.
eventually you're eventually going to get to a goal that you've set that's way out in the distance. Me personally, when you're at 550 pounds and you're looking at healthy weights and you're thinking, man, this is half my body weight, and you're trying to tell me that this is going to happen someday, and then slowly but surely over a year, one day turns into 2 days, into weeks and years, and the next thing you know, you're buying a Halloween costume that fits, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. It's a miracle. Yay.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
I get
That's,
it.
So
yeah, that's
great.
awesome. So, yeah, I appreciate. So, Tony, you've been on this journey for for some time, and
Mhm.
what I wanted to tell, just reinforce that it takes time. It
Mhm.
takes time. I mean, unfortunately, our culture is like, instant, instant, instant. Instant food, instant TV program, instant, instant
Everything.
success. Yeah, overnight. But things don't happen overnight.
No.
They happen over time. And we're with the word you used, I think earlier, perseverance, or maybe Rachel
Yeah.
described your journey, perseverance. So you've been on this journey, not, longer than a month, longer than 6 months,
Yeah. A couple
longer
years
than,
now, I think.
Mhm.
yeah. So I heard someone, a physician who has over 20 years experience in helping people get healthier and metabolically, which translates into weight loss. He was talking to a client who said, well, I've been in this journey for 4.5 years, as if it was a long time. And his message to her was, oh, you're just getting started. And so it was, yeah. So it was something hopeful, very hopeful and empowering. Like,
Yeah.
I can give myself time, and I'm always going to be learning and growing, and about, being aware and becoming my own best expert. And I can give myself grace and patience with this process. So that's what I really appreciated about you, Tony, is you have your perseverance, your resilience, and your determination, yeah, to get to your goals.
Well, and you got to kind of laugh at yourself. You know what I mean? Life is not just stern face. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't wake up one day, weigh 500 pounds. That's not how it worked. It took me 36 years of not eating right, not exercising enough, and not following through with different diets and different meal plans and X, Y, and Z. So the thought of it just happening overnight is not going to happen. Now, I'm not saying I don't have bad days or good days or so forth. Everybody has those. So the goal for me is just to try to make the next day better than the day before. So if
Mhm.
yesterday was a bad day and I only drank, 70 ounces of water, and I see in my book, I look at my book and I go, oh man, today, I'm going to try to drink more water than I did yesterday. Very easy goal. Drink more water. Simple, but small things create big results at the end. So you just got to keep on keeping on. It sounds cliche, but it's true.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so you mentioned you're doing exercise and enjoying it, and that how much of a surprise that is to you. So, Tony, was there a time where you didn't enjoy
Oh,
it?
the thought of exercise brought tears to my eyes in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like, what I've learned is it wasn't so much that I didn't enjoy it, is I didn't like the struggle. I
Mm,
didn't realize frog in boiling water kind of scenario. When eventually you become, 6'2" and 500 pounds, you forget how giant of a person you really are, and how much more things are difficult. Just putting on your shoes, getting in and out of your car, just life is just harder.
Mhm.
So, of course, exercising is going to be harder, and the smaller you are, the easier it is, and the more enjoyable it actually is. It's I never thought I would say exercise is enjoyable. I think me and Rachel had this conversation, and one thing I was real nervous about is being the overweight guy at the gym.
Mm.
And you guys know me very well. I'm not one to shy away from confrontation and people talking to me. I'm not shy in any way. So I was more worried that people were going to judge me and not know where I'm coming from. And I've got very much the opposite, where everyone is very excited that I'm there. Everyone that's there is all trying to better themselves too. I didn't realize how much of a support system a gym actually is. I always just thought it was a bunch of pretty people, working out and judging all the fat people. But really, now that I've been there a couple months, and I've interacted with different people, everybody's there really to better themselves, and they want others to better themselves too. So I'm
That's
getting.
great to, yeah, that's great to hear, Tony, that you found that place of support and encouragement. And
Mhm.
yeah, sometimes we can be mind readers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can like,
Judgment, it
yeah,
comes
think
easy.
that people, right. And to your point,
Mhm.
where we, if we're running down, some of us don't even want to walk down our road because we think people are
People are
looking at
staring
us
at
as,
it.
why is
Yeah.
that person out there doing that thing?
Yeah.
But you're right. Then when we find out the truth, they're inspired,
Yeah.
they're encouraged, and they're saying, "Wow, look at that guy go!"
Yeah.
And then when you actually have the courage, like you do, Tony, to talk with other people, then you find that mutual support. So
Mhm.
that's awesome.
When I found other people at the gym, that like I didn't even know, because you guys know me, I don't see very well. For those of you that don't know me, I am very blind. I only can see now to drive because I had a transplant a couple years back.
Mm.
So I have lots of struggles besides the weight issue. And so I don't notice people because I can't see them. But people have, I'm doing crunches on a ball and they just walk by and go, "You're doing a good job. keep, keep it up." Like, or like I'm out in my garden, a lady I don't even know walking by is like, "I've noticed you've lost some weight. Good job. Keep it up." And like the Mexican dude that lives next door doesn't speak very good English. Me and him we just hola back and forth. That's it. And the other day, he was like made a gut sound and like was smaller, and he's like smaller, and I was like, "Yeah, man, less gordo," And he's like, "Good," you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Like even me and him, language barrier, communicating, and he's
Right,
happy
right.
about it.
That's awesome.
So the people that you don't think that are watching are actually getting encouragement, and I'm
Mhm.
very terrible at social media. I'm old, so like posting to my Instagram is something I just have really hard time doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Hmm.
And if
Well, yeah. So, Tony, we're just grateful that you accepted our invitation to share part of your journey today. And again, we want to say congratulations. And what you said, keep on keeping on. Not every day is easy, but every day is an opportunity to make choices to get you to your goals of health. You've lost some weight, but you are getting healthier. So any last words of wisdom or inspiration you want to share with our listeners today?
um just don't give up.
Hmm.
No matter how hard it is, tomorrow's a new day. Maybe put it down. Maybe stop. Like I said, you don't got to write in your book every day.
Mhm.
Bad days happen. Skip a day. Don't beat yourself up. It's a lifelong journey. That's what I keep telling myself. The things I tell myself all the time: food is fuel, not fun. That's what I keep reiterating to my child too. Food is fuel, not fun. Eating ice cream is not the goal here. Now, having a scoop of ice cream for some dessert because everything's going great and you're living your life, that's different, but you get what I mean. And just keep on keeping on for real. Those are a couple things that I just, one foot in front of the other, and eventually you're going to hit the goal.
That's right.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
And if I can help anybody with you guys, anybody's scared to go somewhere, I work out 3 days a week at a gym. I can bring guests. You're welcome to come with me.
Okay.
And I'm a loud person, so they won't stare at you. They'll be staring at me. So don't worry about it type deal. Anything I can do to help.
All
I'm
right.
here.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. And we've come to the part of our program where we're going to share, Tony, this is called What's for Dinner. So,
okay.
Tony, would you share? Do you have a plan? What
tonight for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you guys are catching me off guard. I don't know yet.
Rachel, you want to think about that, Tony, and Rachel will share.
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a redo of maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, roasted sweet potatoes with roasted kale and tofu, pepitas, some roasted cranberries. So it's kind of like a Thanksgiving type of it seems like kind of a meal, but we made it a couple weeks ago and it was a huge hit in the family. So I'm doing that again.
Do it again. I love that. I love it. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. That's awesome. And I'm gonna make that Italian creamy Italian soup with but I'm going to use lentils and put all the fennel, all the seasonings in that you usually put in sausage, but I'm going to use lentils and then put the fennel and the rosemary and that in the soup and then add kale at the end. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yum.
Because it's it's getting that soup weather, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny because I actually made soup on Saturday. I don't know what I'm eating for dinner. I haven't eaten lunch. I came home from the gym and I ate half a protein bar on my way home in the car and then talked to you guys. So I still got to eat lunch yet.
Okay. All right.
But I made vegetable cheddar soup on Saturday that was delicious with every vegetable you could think of because I had so many. They're going bad from the garden, so I had to make something.
Yeah.
Tony Tony grows a garden. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to come back. Tony, will you come back?
Yes. Anytime.
And more with us.
Whenever,
okay.
Whatever you guys need me to do.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you, Rachel.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.